is our model for the natural style. Now, we all know there's not too much cosmetically we can do to him other than remove his undercoat and deshed this bad boy here. So on play number 1, I'm going to go through each step, the head, the body, the tail, the feet, the ears, and go play by play with you. I already gave him a bath and I dried him. When you're bathing the dog, you want to make sure that you're touching the dog everywhere with the hose. And say you're in the tub and you're only bathing this side, don't reach around with the hose and try to get this side. You need to move the dog, turn it around, and make sure that hose is pushing that hair out. When I bathed him, I got 7 of the drain catchers filled of his hair just from letting the water and the hose doing that natural part. And then when I blow dried him with the high velocity dryer, my entire shop had little white hair everywhere. So I still have some more to do. So I'm going to go ahead and show you after you properly bathe, properly dry, how to keep removing the undercoat on a natural style dog. So for his head, a lot of this is done in the tub. I made sure if he had folds like down in his neck and stuff, I really scrubbed that good. We still want to brush, exfoliate, and get all that fine little hair. Their hair will shed faster than, say, a Springer Spaniel, because see how short that life cycle is? So once that hair grows to that length of its genetic code, it is supposed to fall out. So that's our job to help it. So I took the brush to exfoliate. There's not much of a rake I could do, but I always like to check on these heads. Then I'm going to go with a carding knife. I'm going to card his cheeks out, his ears. Not a lot with the coarse, so I'm going to move to the fine. You just see it dropping down. It's like snowing. And it's good for their skin, just like us humans. Right. You could do the same thing to the ears. He doesn't have a ton of coat, so you could just try. And then I'm gonna move down to the body. Same thing, I'm gonna start with my brush. I'm gonna move his lead to up above his neck. I always start with my biggest tool and then I go down to my carding knives. All of these different sizes of tools helps grab the hair all in different ways. So if you can't catch it one way with this brush, I'm gonna catch it with the rake, and whatever doesn't catch with the rake, I'm gonna catch with the 2 different carding tools. So I'm gonna move to my rake now. I'm gonna stretch the skin tight, and it's just raining out. You always wanna pull that skin tight. Also, while I'm doing this, make sure you condition when you're in the bathtub to seal that hair shaft. That will help it actually shed less. You do want to go with the grain. You don't want to brush against the grain. That would be damaging to the coat and to the skin. And notice I'm still going because look at it, it's still snowing. Now you do want to make sure you're watching for the skin, make sure it's not getting red or inflamed. And you make sure you're not doing the same spot for too long and that you're always moving as you go. So I start with the neck and I go down here. You notice I always start here, down by the crest, down to the shoulders, and then I just make my way all the way through the back. But you don't want to, when you're mucking a dog or deshedding a dog, you don't want to go on the same spot way too much. That could be hazardous. So I am going to move down to my coarse knife first, and then I'll move to my fine. My coarse knife just has a little bit bigger teeth. Same thing, you start at the top of its neck. This is nice to do to pugs, labs. If they have really dense, thick coat, and you notice it's less cutting and it's not taking the undercoat, you don't want to use a carding knife. But for the most part, a lot of dogs have this downy undercoat. And all these tools are doing, don't let it scare you. The purpose of this tool is just to get that fine little hair other tools can't grab, or even your fingers can't grab. It was designed actually for equestrians, for horses, to get their undercoat removed. And this is a technique of carding, of hand stripping. Anything hand stripping, secretly, guys, all it is, it's not that scary. Don't let it complicate you. All you're doing is removing down, dull, dead, soft hair with a special tool that a brush or a comb can't grab. You could use literally a rock outside to do it if you wanted with your thumb. And, parents, when they take these dogs in to get professionally groomed, they want this done. They want the hair. They don't want the hair in their house. They want it removed. And if you're not using these special tools in your salon to remove and to exfoliate and to follicle flush these dogs' pores and to physically remove this undercoat, you're not doing your job, and you're not doing what that owner thinks you're doing. Natural dogs are simple to groom, but you have to do it. It should take you almost the same time it would take you to groom a Shih Tzu, because these dogs are big and there's lots of hair that can be removed that we have to manually do. Okay, I'm gonna move to my fine. And also, let me show you something. Not only are we getting the dead hair under, look at all that dander I'm exfoliating and removing. Now, if you have allergies or if your owner has allergies, that's what they're allergic to, is that dander. That's that follicle flush. That's that exfoliating I'm talking about. So not only are we removing undercoat, but we're also removing dander. And dogs, they can't do this. They literally need us to do this for them. So when you do their feet, I'm gonna clip his toenails first, and then I'm gonna take my Dremel and make the tips not so sharp. And don't forget those little dew claws. Now I'm gonna turn on my Dremel. I'm just gonna soften those tips. And he's good. This on the white is gliding easy. When I get here, it stops. So I know I need to start on the brown and not white to brown. I'm gonna start just on the brown area. A little different brusher. I'm gonna treat this area a little different because it's just a different texture of coat, but it's so thick. Look at all of this hair just being removed manually with special tools. Not gonna go too much longer. I'll give it a minute so I don't give him a hot spot or like carding burn or brush burn. So I'm gonna move on, but I'll come back and let that skin not get so hot. And then keep working, since I know the brown spot has a lot more denser, thicker hair than the white does. And notice I'm moving all the way down to the tail. I'm not skipping the tail. I'm grabbing the tail with my carving knife as well. And look at all this hair. You're still getting a ton of hair. You can get so much out. Removed all of the undercoat, did his toenails, cleaned his ears. You want to put moisture back into the coat. We did do a little bit of that in the bath, adding conditioner to his regimen. But if you just put on a shine spray, there's so many different shine sprays on the market. This one is the Luminous Sparkling Mist Shine Spray by Botanica. It does have a little bit of a sparkling shine. It's super pretty on your skin and on dogs, especially when it hits the light. But what you want to do is just add that back in. If you notice with all this hair that we took out, the conditioner is just going to close that hair shaft even more. And just use your hand and remove that hair that's just sitting there. After I add in that moisture with my shine spray, I'll take a boar brush and I'll push in that shine spray, that moisture, and make sure all the hair shafts are being saturated. And so he doesn't rain with his hair anymore.